Just an update on breeding here on the dairy unit in Ballyhaise. So we started breeding on the 10th of May. Basically, before breeding, we do a little bit of work to narrow down problem cows. So what we usually do, we tail paint the cows about a month before breeding, and this allows us to identify any cows that aren't cycling, and we can look after them if they need to be looked after. So basically, we painted all the cows. Every cow in the place was painted red about a month ago. We recorded heats as we saw them, so we have dates for about 2/3 of the herd in terms of pre-service heats. Then last week we got the vet to scan any cows that hadn't cycled, so any cows that still had tail paint on were scanned, and if there was problems they were sorted. So we had to wash out 3 cows out of 110 cows for breeding. We washed out 3 and we had to estimate 4, so that's all the intervention that was done. At that point then, all the cows that had cycled were painted with green paint to show that they're ready to go, and then as we started breeding, then as they're AI'd, they're painted with blue paint. So it's not essential to use the colours, but we find it very easy because if a cow's AI'd in the morning, she's painted straight away with blue, and then in the evening, if you see some of that paint rubbed off, if it's blue, you know she has been bred, so you paint her up with blue again, so it's quite handy. So basically, we observe the cows 3, maybe 4 times a day at the 2 milkings, once or twice during the day, and then predominantly work off tail paint. So we pick them on tail paint in the mornings at milking, draft them out, they're AI'd there and then, and we just AI once a day in the mornings. Yeah, so just in terms of breeding for the young stock, for the maiden heifers, the program we use, and we've been using it for the last 7 or 8 years, and it works well. We bring the heifers in, we use scratch cards, we don't use the tail paint with heifers. The tail paint doesn't seem to work that well with them, they're not heavy enough to rub it off. So we use scratch cards and they're really good, you can pick them up really easily. So we put the scratch cards on the day before we're going to start breeding. We AI for 7 days, just take them in, pull out whatever ones have to be AI'd, do that for 7 days. Then we, whatever's left, which is usually around about 2/3 of them will be left, we'll hit them with a shot of estimate and you'll pick up 90–95% of them with that, and generally from that point on we'll put stock bulls out. So we'll normally get, out of 30 heifers, we'll get 29 heifers to AI sort of over a 10-day period, and it just means that that's the heifers out of the way. The one thing to be careful about with that system is that you need to have plenty of bull power, because as I say, we'll probably AI 10 heifers in the first week, and then with the shot of estimate we'll AI the next 19 or 20, so you need to have plenty of bulls in there that when they repeat that they're able to pick them up. But the system works well. Last year we got 82% the first service, and we generally run somewhere around between 75 to 80% the first service with that system.